Hi, I'm Molly from the Coastal Watershed Council, and welcome to our activity guide, Only Rain Down the Storm Drains. In this activity, you will observe a storm drain in your neighborhood, learn how storm drains are both helpful and harmful to our community, and take action. You're going to choose between two quick activities to help keep your storm drains clean. And you'll need paper, pen, colored pencils or pens. That's optional. We also have an activity PDF that you can follow along with. You can find this on the Coastal Watershed Council website, or your teacher may have shared this with you already. Our guiding question for today is, how are storm drains both a problem and a solution for our community? So here's a storm drain. Does it look familiar to you? You've probably seen them walking around your neighborhood. They're usually at the end of a street or at a crosswalk where there might be a lot of water that fills up when it rains. So your activity is going to be looking inside and around a storm drain that you find in your neighborhood. And you're going to draw what you see inside and outside the storm drain. Here's Sam. He also works for the Coastal Watershed Council, and he's going to share with you a little bit more about the activity. Hey, Sam.
So, with the storm drain activity, the idea is to just kind of look around at the storm drain, notice, make any observations you might see, anything that looks like it doesn't fit in this picture, or maybe it's already super clean, but taking a look around and then making a sketch of what you see here. So to me, this is a big giant rectangle with lots of lines going through. Inside though, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 little bits of trash.
Now it's your turn. Look inside the storm drain. What do you notice?
I'm also noticing there's a little plaque up here on top. So I'm gonna make the gutter and the sidewalk. And here's a little plaque. It says drains to ocean, and there's a little picture of a fish on it. And that's a great reminder that whenever it rains and any water that goes down into this storm drain ends up in either our river or our ocean. I'm noticing that the water drains from both sides, so maybe I could draw some arrows of where the water is going to.
Thanks, Sam. This is Sam's final drawing here. And now it's your turn to do the same. So you're going to pause the video, check with an adult to see if it's okay if you can walk around your neighborhood, or perhaps they'll join you. And you're going to go observe your storm drain and draw what you see. Pause the video and come back when you're done. Welcome back. What did you notice inside your storm drain? Did you find trash, leaves, dog poops in or near the storm drain? If you haven't already, label what you saw near or inside the storm drain. Heads up, we're going to move on to the next thing. So if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video and then come back when you're ready. why do we need storm drains anyways? When it rains, the water has to go somewhere. Maybe it's on the cement, maybe it goes into the grass, maybe it goes directly into a river. And when the water hits directly on the cement, it flows down, and eventually that water is going to flow into a storm drain. When it's a big rainstorm, the storm drains help carry that extra water underground through these tunnels, and that water gets rushed out to what's called a storm drain outfall. And that water ends up in our rivers or perhaps directly inside the ocean. That water is going to flow down the river and eventually empty into the ocean or to the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary. Now, usually this is a good thing. We want that extra water from a storm to go away from our streets so that our houses do not flood. But what if there's trash or other things around? Here's Sam again.
And I found a storm drain, but it really makes me wonder, is this storm drain working well? It's really full, but not of trash. I know trash is bad. It's full of plants. Plants are good. But it doesn't, I'm not sure. Do you think the water drains into the storm drain really easily?
What do you think? Will a storm drain full of leaves work as it's supposed to? Take a moment to think in your head or write down your thoughts, and we'll come back together to talk about the answer. Heads up, we're about to move on. If you'd like more time to think, go ahead and pause the video and come back when you're ready. Imagine we have a big rainstorm and the water is filling up in the streets. And there's a storm drain nearby, but there's leaves covering it. Will that water be able to get through? Probably not. The leaves and any other trash that's around will either clog the storm drain, creating a flood in the area, or perhaps even worse, the water would pick up those leaves, pick up the trash around, and carry that to the San Lorenzo River and to the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary. We don't want that to happen. And we can all make a difference in this. Our actions matter because we can help keep the storm drains clean. So in a moment, we're going to take a mind break, but then we're going to come back and talk about what we can do to help keep the storm drains clean. All right, so let's take a mind break. Everyone stand up and stretch or shake it out. Here we go. Welcome back. There's a lot of different ways that we can help keep the storm drains clean. One of them is just making people aware that there's storm drains around. This is a storm drain mural that was made in Santa Cruz. And then we have storm drain plaques that tell people where the storm drains are and remind them that the water drains directly to the ocean. And then we can also make posters that educate people about storm drains. It's your turn now. You're going to teach others about keeping our storm drains clean. Not everyone knows it's important to keep storm drains clean. Help people in your neighborhoods know that only water should go down to storm drains. You have two choices. Your first choice is to draw or paint a sign you can share with your neighbors. And your second choice is to record a video of you sharing why keeping storm drains clean is important. Take a moment to think about which activity you would like to do, and then we're going to review more details about each of these activities. If you chose the first option, to draw or paint a sign, here's the suggested steps. First, draw a picture of a storm drain, or you can use what you created before. And then, on the same piece of paper, write down why it's important to keep storm drains clean. Here are some ideas of what you could share. Only water down to storm drains, please. All water in the storm drains flows to rivers and oceans. Clean up trash in our neighborhood. And then if you'd like, you can post your sign next to the storm drain in your neighborhood, or share your sign with your class. If you chose the second option, to record a video, you have similar steps. First, you're going to return to your neighborhood storm drain you visited earlier and record yourself using a cell phone camera, teaching others about why it's important to keep storm drains clean. Again, here are some of the ideas you can share. Only rain down to storm drain, please. All water in the storm drains flows to rivers and oceans. Clean up trash in our neighborhood. And then post or share your video with your class. We are about to finish this video, so you're going to be doing your final activity once this video ends. But I just want to remind you that we can all make a difference. We can help make the storm drains clean, and what you're doing is going to help teach our community about the importance of keeping them clean. It was so much fun to explore with you today. You can find other activities at the Coastal Watershed Council website at coastal-watershed.org. And if you have any questions, you can email me at mbain@coastal-watershed.org. Thanks everyone. Have a great day.